Yo. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Deshaun Beasley here, Coach Bees. And right now I am Hurskvarna, Sweden. I don't plan on having this video be too long because I'm hungry. I'll probably be snacking while we're eating this or while I'm recording. But anywho, let me bring y'all up to speed. Last time I left you guys, I was in Oslo, Norway. And previously, before that, I was in LA. I'm mentioning that because after I recorded that video in Oslo, I didn't go to sleep. Like, I took like a 2-hour nap, woke up at like midnight, and just stayed up. So I ended up leaving at 4:30 to catch a bus to get to the airport. Got some work done at the airport. Podcast is now on YouTube, so check out for that. It's going to drop every Monday. Beast Mentality Podcast. So if you would like to be a guest on the podcast, let me know. We can get you a spot, potentially, right? And then I landed in Stockholm, Arlanda. That's the name of the airport, Stockholm, Arlanda. It's like 20 minutes by train outside of Stockholm. So landed there at like 9:30. Flight was at 8:30. It was only a 45-minute flight. Crazy, right? By drive, it's like 6 hours. But so took the train in to Stockholm, and on the train, I actually met this gentleman. He's gonna kill me because he told me his name, but I forgot it. Following him on Instagram, but he's a doctor in Oslo, and we were just chatting, and he's like, yeah, I had a couple of days off, so I decided to make a random trip to Stockholm. Like, I literally decided yesterday that I was gonna come to Stockholm. I was like, well, if you're down, like, we can explore the city, whatever. So we get off the train. He was staying at a place downtown, so he went and dropped his bags off, and we started exploring. Stockholm's beautiful. Like, honestly, I wish I had a little bit more time in Stockholm because it's such a beautiful city. And at the time, there was actually a pride parade going on, LGBTQ parade. So I'm sure he had a good time that night because I'm sure that people were partying all crazy out there. But dope experience, man. He's a really cool dude, down to earth. What is his origin? I think he's Pakistani. So I'm telling you, like, the stories, that's why I have the podcast, man. I'm going to have him on a podcast in an upcoming episode. But like, having conversations with people from different places, you know, they bring a different perspective, you know, that you don't have, and vice versa, right? I was able to inform him about some of the stereotypes that they have of Americans and how they're not always true. Like, for example, he was like, yeah, I don't know if this is true or not, but they say that in school, the U.S., the map, when they have a map of the world, the U.S. is in the center of the map. I was like, nah, that's not true, bro. That's not true. I thought that was funny, though. Like, I mean, he definitely told me, like, the stereotype of Americans is that they're arrogant, proud people. But anywho, dope conversation. I'm going to have him on my podcast, hopefully. And then from there, later that afternoon, like around 2 p.m., I took a train to a bus to get to, I'm going to butcher the name of the city, Hurskvarna? It's like an hour, it's like a suburb of Stockholm, like an hour outside of the city, where I met up with Coach Noah. And we had a really good workout with their strength and conditioning coach. And the strength and conditioning coach actually works with the Swedish military as well. Yo, this guy, and I'm going to put some videos as I'm talking, but all the workouts are at his crib. His creativity was dope. He put out a TRX. He had like a makeshift pulley system, you know, like a cables that you would have at the gym. He had a makeshift one where he had like a pulley tied onto a kettlebell. Yo, the workout was awesome. I mean, I woke up this morning. This was yesterday. I woke up this morning mad sore. But after that, we had a little, what do we have? We had a cookout. at Coach Noah's manager's place. So pretty sure you guys have seen or heard Coach Noah, either on the podcast or seen him on the YouTube channel. But he got a job in Hurskvarna. Again, I'm butchering it, so please correct me in the comments or trash me, whatever. But he got a job there. He's going to be working as like the head of women's development for that club's program, so U19 and down, but he's mainly going to be coaching the under 19s. And his manager invited myself, Noah's partner, over for burgers. So we had a little cookout, had some wine. It was cool, man. Very nice people, very cool people, man. After that, I went back to Tobias's place. Tobias is the dad of the family that was hosting me for the night. I'm so grateful for them for allowing me to stay the night, because if not, I would have had to buy a place in Stockholm and do that whole bit, check in, check out, find my own way to the camp today. So, but anywho, and then in the morning, this morning, what happened? I got to work out it with my guy Sixton. How old is he? 11, 12, somewhere around then. But the kid works hard, man. He works hard. I have some footage of him here. Worked on some hip swivels. Worked on the spin move. At the cookout last night, we were working on the spin move as well, but we really broke it down today in more detail. And that was this morning. Then we hopped on the bus, or we met the rest of the program. So their whole program came to this camp. There's like 80 of them, boys and girls. So they all came to this camp. So they got 2 charter buses, and we took the 4-hour bus ride to camp. So we got to the camp. All the kids checked into their rooms. They're staying at one of the schools on campus. And then we had a coaches meeting. So all the coaches who will be coaching at this camp had a meeting. So there was a couple coaches from the UK. Coach Noah's from the UK, but he was actually representing Asperger. Myself from the States. There was a coach from Turkey, 2 coaches from Spain, and a couple other Swedish coaches. So these are coaches from all over. And then Krumesh has coached all over, from the States to the UK. He was actually the coach of Britain's 3-on-3 FIBA team. So, which is dope. So loads of coaching experience. So I'm excited to learn from this group that we have here. After that meeting, I got checked into my hotel. I'll give you guys a tour maybe a little bit later in another video, but checked into my hotel, and then I went to the grocery store. And when I tell you grocery shopping, when you don't speak the language or can read the language, is kind of like, it's interesting, right? Like, I got, salami. I got some salami. I mean, it's the same in English as it is in Swedish. The only reason why I knew this was cheddar cheese because it says the word cheddar on it. What else? I just assumed this was turkey. That was my assumption. I don't know what that says. I know it's backwards for y'all because I'm in selfie mode, but I have no idea what that says. Salt chips, Pringles is what we would call them. I got some bread. It took me a while to find some lotion. Like, I had to read every single, I almost got some shampoo at first. I almost got some body wash, but I ended up finding some Dove lotion in English, hand cream for dry skin. So that's cool. And then my greatest capture is this Fun Light lemonade, because, like, how can I explain it? It tastes like it's like real sugar. Like, you know, like US lemonade. I don't know, I can't really explain it, but like it's very, very tart, but it's very, very good. But yeah, that's just a recap over the last 24 hours. Like I said, I'm gonna eat, continue listening to this audiobook, 10% Happier by Dan Harris, and get ready for an early wake up to go to breakfast and then get a workout in before camp. So I have the camp schedule here. Basically how it works is there's going to be 2 coaches working each session. The first coach is going to be like the head, and then the other one's going to be the assistant. So whoever's the head has to lesson plan. Tomorrow I'm going to be heading all 3 of my sessions. So I have to lesson plan for all 3 of my lessons tomorrow, which I already have for the most part. 2 of them are the same thing, one-on-one moves at the rim, and then one of the sessions is dribbling with pressure. So that should be fun. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and I'm gonna go. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna make a valiant effort to do more vlogs like this. I have some loaded in the chamber from my travels to France a couple years ago, UK a couple years ago. But yeah, because I record the footage, but it just sits on my phone because it takes so much time to edit. But I'm gonna do my hardest to make sure I'm giving y'all this content. Because again, like what I'm doing right now with basketball is something that anybody can do. Like when I started the YouTube channel back when I was like 22, I was making highlight tapes for players so they can go to college. And then I ended up coaching at the college level. And then I ended up, or I guess before that, went overseas to try to get my own contract. And that's how I met Coach Noah. If I would have never bet on myself to spend my own money to go overseas, I wouldn't now be overseas right now, you know? So like I'm a living testimony of like, when you bet on yourself and actually go hard, you never know where it can take you. Like now I'm out here traveling the world, teaching basketball, playing basketball. So dope, man, so dope. But I'm getting out of here. As you see, I got clothes to fold. I got food to eat. This is the first time I'm actually able to like kind of relax a little bit since I left LA, which was about 6 days ago, I think. But yeah, it's been a crazy last couple of days. So I'm out, y'all. Peace.